Yes, lovely people. I hope you're well and welcome back to another Combat Catch-Up. Joined by the one and only Jamie Phillips and the one and only Luke Tanner for what will be a full show today, though. In the words of Luke before we started, there's going to be a lot of cooking today. A lot of cooking.
Should have got the chef's hat on.
If you haven't already, please do smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, but most importantly, subscribe to Jamie's channel and subscribe to Luke's channel. Links are in the description on YouTube. We are going to be speaking about Conor McGregor versus Khabib, audio from fight leaked on Conor McGregor's birthday. Also, going to speak about Jon Jones.
I haven't heard this.
Oh, you haven't? It's crazy.
No, I haven't heard it.
Jon Jones has been charged, which could potentially see him do prison time. Crazy. Khamzat Chimaev has scheduled a return at UFC 308 and is demanding a title shot on his return. And Nate Diaz is suing Famio for a reported $9 million after the Jordan Masvidal fight. A lot going on. Shout out to Boo Ryder, shout out to Theo, Football Gospel, Imran, big up Misha Tate as always, and Pimp in the show. Right. And big up Valentina. As always. Right, boys, let's start with the McGregor Khabib audio. So, Jay, if I'm not mistaken, the Conor McGregor, in fact, I'm not mistaken, the Conor McGregor Khabib fight was 2018, October 2018, approaching 6 years ago.
Yeah, you should know that. You were on your honeymoon.
I was on my honeymoon.
You should remember that.
I have to remember it. How crazy it is that the UFC, not just randomly, the UFC, the official UFC, have posted the fight with audio from the fighters during the fight. Not just done it, but posted it on Conor McGregor's birthday as well. Jay, I'm going to ask you, has something behind the scenes happened when Dana just gone, right, I'm going to show you who the big boy is. I'm going to show you who the man in this situation is. I'm dropping this today.
So, the audio was from the fight.
So, say for example, me and you are in the cage fighting, and we were going back
and we're talking to each other.
Yeah, that's
and he's
the audio
uploaded
that was me. So, talking like Khabib's calling him an FMB, saying like, "Let's talk now. Why are you not talking now?" McGregor says it's just business.
I have seen it. Is that when they're in the corner and they tell him to look at Conor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Khabib
spat on Conor after he got the win.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That is
Conor did do a lot in the lead up.
Yeah. But spitting on a person,
that's low, isn't it?
I don't think Khabib's the greatest person in the world, by the way. I know.
Yeah,
he's a bit of a hypocrite himself.
Yeah, he's not perfect by all means.
It's a bit dirty, ain't it? Why?
If you want dirty, you just see the gym that swimming in sweat. No wonder you get so many staph infections.
All right, hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. I'm probably gonna get crucified in the comments for this. Most gyms that train wrestling and jiu-jitsu look like that with that amount of people on the mat. When I used to do jiu-jitsu, so here's the thing. This is where I will say this is a bit mad. When I was doing jiu-jitsu, obviously the mats get extremely sweaty because we were wearing gi. So naturally you sweat loads when you're wearing a gi. We would have, it's like, you'd basically have water breaks. In that water break, someone would mop up and wipe down the mats. I don't know why the mats aren't being wiped down. It is extremely unhygienic, but hence why you're meant to use special soap and stuff like that when you finish training, because I've had staph infection as well, probably got it from jiu-jitsu. It's not nice, but it can literally happen just like that. It literally is sweat getting into the hair follicle, and then it's a madness after that. I'd have an operation. It's horrible. Like, you see, when we see fighters have staph infection, I I don't know how to like Benoit when he had it on his forehead. I don't.
That's all his wife wanted him to say. She stopped. She pulled the plug. She pulled the plug. She's like, "No more, Cal. You've said enough."
Sorry about it. Yeah, when Benoit fought with that, I don't know how he fought with that because he must have been in excruciating pain. The operation that usually has to happen. I can't even show you the pictures of what I had on my arm because we'll get demonetized. It's gruesome.
Ooh.
They basically, long story short, they cut the infection out, but they leave the hole and they pack it with gauze. And
I've seen that actually.
They basically take the gauze out every day and repack it. I kid you not, boys, it is one of the most painful things I have gone through in my entire life. And you guys know I recently had something I had to do as well. So like that still doesn't compare to what that pain was. So yeah, they need to be more hygienic, but most gyms do look like that at the same time. But one thing I will say, I was never knee sliding in someone else's sweat and all that.
It was disgusting.
I'd worry more when people get it around their mouths. I think that's where it's an issue.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah. They've been up to no good. You've been up to no good on the wrestling mat. Yeah. But back to Conor Khabib. Boys, how crazy! Why would the UFC do like? For me, something must be going on behind.
I don't know.
It's got to protect someone in the knees, but we'll touch on them later. He's probably trying to take the heat off someone.
I think they're setting up a fight.
But who? With who though?
Khabib and Conor, because Khabib needs tax money.
You think? So what happens to Michael Chandler then?
I think they fight. I think Michael Chandler and that will fight him, but then maybe that's what they're doing. Would it shock anyone if Conor called Khabib out if he beat Michael Chandler?
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
Khabib needs money. And who else is he going to fight to get that money?
Conor and Saudi.
All right, so I've got a video with Khabib and he's like 4 potential opponents he could fight. I honestly think, obviously, him versus Conor makes the most amount of money. I think because of the layoff he's had, because of the mystique around his name, I think he comes back and he fights anyone and makes good money though. But the Khabib Conor, the Conor money.
Then sort your taxes out problem.
Yeah.
Money.
It'd be crazy. The Conor money would be crazy. But like, again, the UFC posting it on Conor McGregor's birthday randomly.
That's nasty.
Randomly. It's not Luke. It's nasty work, isn't it, bro?
It's not right. It's a bit weird. Your biggest star, and you do that. You know.
Yeah, the lack of respect. But I reckon we'll touch on this subject probably next. But I reckon that they needed to take the heat off someone. Yeah, fuck it. Let's throw him under the bus because
Conor under the bus, though. They could have thrown anyone on the bus, but Conor?
Yeah. Oh, well, let's be honest. I don't think him and the UFC have really been seeing eye to eye since his leg break about returns, about all this and that, and then Conor pulling out because of his injury and stuff like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if their relationship isn't as smooth as it has been previously. And this is Dana's way to go, fuck off.
All right, fair enough. But let's be real. Conor's probably got stuff on Dana as well that he could leak. So is this a game he really wants to play?
Yeah, so one winner here.
I just find it crazy. Like, why would you leak it at all? If you're gonna leak it, you should have leaked it within a week of the fight or something, not 6 years later on his birthday, just randomly.
Maybe it's just a slow news day. Maybe it's just a slow news day.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand why he would bring. I mean, when was this fight? 2018.
2018.
So
October, wasn't it?
Yeah. So my daughter weren't even 2 yet, and she's that's mad. That's so long ago. Why are they bringing that up? It's funny that Khabib's in trouble and he needs to get money quick, or he's going to be in serious issues. And he's got money problems, obviously, because he's not paying his tax. So I don't think he's as rich and well off as he makes himself out to be.
Just Mrs. Mac. Just be these things.
Yeah, and they bring out this against your number one marquee man who will definitely get you the money if you fight. I'm not into conspiracy theories, but I'm into conspiracy theories. And yeah, that sounds like one to me that people would run with because I've never seen Dana do Conor sort of dirty in that kind of way before.
Yeah, not like this.
Because it just makes Conor look like a bitch. Don't do anything to anyone else.
What could beat Mayweather? Ugh.
Oh,
I
and
just saw a
nah,
comment. Oh hell no.
nah.
No way. That would be embarrassing. Khabib would not do that because that would wreck his legacy if he saw Mayweather just.
Yeah, I'll be real. Khabib and Mayweather looks horrible. It wouldn't even be close. Khabib's not a striker.
No, I'd
It
love
looks
someone to
horrible.
smash Khabib though. I'm not lying.
It's not gonna be Floyd.
I'd love someone just to leave Khabib in a mess.
Floyd ain't the guy to do it though.
I really would. Really would.
Not the guy to do it. So I asked you boys, is McGregor fighting this year? Yes or no?
Yeah. With the rumors of Ariel saying, was it August?
No, looking
no,
more like December time.
December time.
December.
So yeah, I mean Ariel don't get a lot wrong. He's the best around. So
Yeah.
he got the whole card right the other month, didn't he? Like,
yeah.
Before anyone else knew. He said there was a problem with Conor before anyone else knew. So yeah, I'm go side with what Ariel's saying. So I think it happens at the end of the year.
I'm gonna say they don't fight this year. I think they fight January or February of 2025.
Then that's down to Dana, really, more than anyone else.
Should be just been
well, it's more down to. It's not just down to date. I think it's to do with scheduling as well. I think all the cards are pretty much like stamped on who's going to be headlining from now until the end of the year. Pretty much, I believe.
Oh yeah, because if you think about it, if like let's say McGregor's the plan for December, but Pereira wants to fight December.
Pereira wants to fight December.
We say that though, but then Dana's running around to make fights at certain events.
Yeah,
like he has.
It's almost like he doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
It's like Dana forgot 300 was happening. And
yeah, and then all of a sudden it was the best card we'd ever seen.
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure if he does plan too much out. Because it all look with these fighters, it all depends on if they're available and stuff like that, innit? Or they won't take time off or stuff like that. So look, if you can get a Conor McGregor fight at the end of your calendar year, it's the perfect person to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is definitely. Right, let's move on topic. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Smash that like button, please, people. Right. Jon Jones. I'm going to have a little segment here, boys, before you guys cook him.
Have you got clips about that thing with DC? But like, have we got clips? Like, are we showing clips or what?
No.
Okay.
Jon Jones. For me, he's not my GOAT because of discretions, but in terms of talent, fight IQ and just overall like mixed martial arts prowess, he for me is the greatest. When it comes to mixing all the different arts together and being so proficient in different arts, being able to navigate fights and beat people at their own game and all that, his talent is unparalleled. However, Jon Jones, the human being, is his biggest adversary. And no matter what he does, no matter how great he is inside the cage, the alter ego of Jon Jones seems to be just a little bit quicker and just a little bit stronger and always seems to win. And I said this to you before the show started, Jay. People who are talented in this world seem to get a free pass on things. And Jones has had a lot of free passes, not just by fans, but by the organization as well. He's done some unspeakable things. And I'm not someone who likes to see people not live out their dreams and get good things happen to them and, you know, chase greatness.
Yeah.
But there also has to be a point where you go, enough's enough. Forget about the talent. What you're doing as a human is wrong on so many layers. And because his talent is so great, he's been allowed to get away with so many things, almost to the point where, and I use a child as an analogy, if you keep on letting a child get away with something, they're just going to, every time they do something, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And this might not be Jones's worst thing that he's done, but when you add it to all the other things he's done, it's like, when do you draw the line? Dana White, for the last 4 or 5 months, every chance he's had has been going around saying Jon Jones is this, Jon Jones is that, dumping on other fighters for no reason, dumping on Makhachev after a career-defining win against Dustin Poirier, dumping on Alex Pereira, who saved UFC 300, saved UFC 303, and is a phenomenal fighter, dumping on him, dumping on everyone on the roster to big up Jon Jones, stopping Aspinall from fighting him so that Jon Jones can get the fight he wants against Stipe. You keep on spoiling someone, they're going to act out. And for me, it's UFC really need to make their mind up. Are you in the Jon Jones business or are you not? And Jon Jones needs to make up his mind. Are you going to just behave yourself, or are you going to just let everyone look at you in 20 years' time and go, that guy should have been the best, but because of this, and this, we can't call him the best? Jay Luke, before I let you chime in, I'll just read a little snippet of what actually is going on. So Jones has been charged with 2 misdemeanors in case involving drug testing agents. So if convicted of both full charges, he could face jail time that would total less than 1 year, as well as a $500 fine for a petty misdemeanor and up to $1,000 for the misdemeanor. It is basically, he's been charged with 2 misdemeanors in the case involving drug testing agent who filed a police report about his alleged behavior during a sample collection at Jones's house on March the 30th. Jones is charged with assault, petty misdemeanor, and interference with communications, a misdemeanor. His virtual bond hearing is scheduled for tomorrow at 9 a.m. In New Mexico. Representatives confirmed the information in an email is be sent to MMA Fighting on Monday. So MMA Fighting broke the news. I don't think Jones will do jail time, and let's be real, for a multi-millionaire, $1,500 fine is nothing. It's chump change for him. But Luke, I'll start with you. What has to happen here? Does he have to be stripped if he's found guilty? What happens here? Because enough's enough, surely.
Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him.
That was such a Jamie answer.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck him. He is a stain on MMA. He is a stain. His antics, his cheating. He has previous for hiding away from drug testers.
Yeah,
Under the octagon to avoid getting tested. Like how many chances are we willing to give this guy before enough's enough? I don't know what he's done since he's come back. When he beat Garn for Dana to just hop Don something. Jon Jones must have did something for Dana, must have bailed him out or something. Because the meat riding on this guy is absolutely insane. This guy shouldn't even be in the sport. This guy should be banned. This guy should be banned, should be blacklisted, like people are blacklisted TJ for taking the same things. But oh no, this guy's the GOAT. The GOAT of what? The GOAT of cheating? Absolutely. The GOAT of being a piece of shit? Absolutely. This guy should be stripped. This is an embarrassment. But of course, next presser Dana does. Jon Jones can do what he wants. Yeah. I guarantee, even if he went to jail, won't get stripped. How many times is Tom Aspinall going to have to defend that interim belt before, or when's it going to take Tom Aspinall to literally go, fuck Jon Jones, I'm the guy now, fuck him, because he's doing his other shit, dropping soap in prison? Does that need to happen for him to actually get it in his head that he needs to drop a bar of soap in the prison? Let's see how bad he really is. Yeah, this guy's a piece of shit, man.
I reckon you still be right in prison. I've got to be real with you.
Yeah,
there's always someone bigger.
Yeah, strip him. He is an embarrassment. He is a stain. Name another fighter that's gotten this level of treatment, protection, could make fuck up after fuck up after fuck up. The whole feud with DC, the whole fight bill popping, and then literally a few years later went, oh, you know what? I own up for my mistakes. Hopefully DC can forgive me one day. What? You cost DC like actually his prime, like just outside of his prime.
Yeah.
Not
Not to mention,
no big deal.
was it the second Alexander Gustafsson fight had to be moved on like
Yeah,
a week's notice to another venue? They literally moved the whole fight card to another venue just to cater to Jones.
Cancel the pay-per-view for Jones. Cancel the pay-per-view for Jones before as well.
Cancelled the pay-per-view, moved it for Jones. But Dana has never, like, if Jon Jones was like McGREGOR level star power, then yeah, I could sort of see it. This guy's never been a ticket seller. This guy's never done over 1 million pay-per-views. Yeah, are we in the making money business? Because this guy does not make money for the UFC. This guy is a problem. Strip him of his belt. Does not deserve the belt. He got the belt fraudulently. Doesn't want to defend it against actual fighters. He wants to defend it against a pensioner. Disgraceful. Strip him. Strip him. People, media members, you've got to stick it on Dana like the other guy did. Stick it on him because this is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yes.
Jay?
Strip him, man.
Yeah. Do you know what? Talent gets you further than anything, and if you got talent, it doesn't sort of matter what you do. And it's not just MMA. We see that. We see it in football and stuff like that. You know, if you're a commodity, you can't get rid of that commodity. I look at what Jon Jones is doing, and it's getting embarrassing now for the company and the owners. You know, it's time and time again. It seems to be the same person, the same issues. Doesn't learn from his issues. You know, the first time around, you thought, right, that's a strike. The second time around, maybe another strike. Third time around, maybe we've got to cut our losses. But he's too talented. And he's too much of a commodity. You don't want him like UFC did. He would have gone to Bellator, and all eyes were gone to Bellator because Jon Jones is fighting over there.
Yeah,
you know that's the reason. But now there's no competitor like that in MMA at this moment in time. You know, the IPL is nothing. The IPL is it's nothing, is it? Like there's nothing that's gonna be. Oh, UFC. Look, they let Mighty Mouse go for a man with a dad bod, who
a bad
you know.
hip as well.
But and they don't care now. You know, they don't care about ONE FC. They don't care about anything. So letting Jon Jones go now wouldn't be an issue for him, but they're not going to let him go. What I find interesting is that Sean Strickland says quite similar things to Jon Jones, but he gets punished for it.
Yeah,
because he hasn't got the talent of Jon Jones. You know, like Strickland shouldn't be fighting. He should be number one contender. He should be the next title fight. But they're trying to get Whitaker in that title fight instead, which is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. But because he's very outspoken and says some wild things, it looks bad on the company, so you can't reward him. But Jon Jones does much worse, and you reward him every time.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to do the Stipe fight. It's going to happen. I just think after that, you never see Jon Jones again, win or lose.
Good fucking.
I think Jon Jones is done. He can't be trusted. You can't have him as your heavyweight champion.
It's a disgrace.
Going around and doing what he's doing. So he needs to. They're not going to do anything. They're going to wait till the fight. And win or lose, that'll be the last time you see Jon Jones.
DK, I swear to God, I know I kill your pensioner. I say that you need your wife to help you walk around. But I swear to God, I'll be popping every bottle of champagne, alcohol in this house if you beat Jon Jones. I would even go to work that week because I'll be celebrating if that happens.
If Dana White weren't in charge, the president of the company, I don't think Jon Jones would be around.
Yeah, fuck Dana White as well. Yeah, fuck him.
I
don't know. Him and Hunter seem pretty buddy.
Yeah, fuck Dana White. Yeah. Hey, yeah. How about you take part in that bitch slapping league? Yeah, that you think that is great. Let's see someone wants to slap you about. See if you knock a couple of brain cells in. Oh,
yeah, it's rough.
Shitting on other fighters because he wants to build up some fucking. some part-timer that built a fucking guy that doesn't even want to fight anymore.
Jon Jones went.
Cyril's getting cooked as well, you know. Cyril's cooking. I'm cooking Cyril. He beat a guy with no grappling.
Yeah.
And now got Cyril talking about like, oh, Tom Aspinall doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, Cyril
Sorry,
gone.
Tom Aspinall went to
Crazy.
Paris to call you out, and you went, no. I'm waiting for the title shot. Well, funny how that Tom's got the title shot, and Tom Aspinall said on Ariel Helwani's show, yeah, UFC did not want me to fight Blades.
Yeah, they
Wanted me to fight Cyril.
Yeah.
Cyril said no. Cyril was too busy filming.
Not for the first time either.
Not for the first time.
Remember, Tom went over to Paris when he in the first UFC Paris card where he fought Tai Tuivasa, and Garn ignored Aspinall there as well. The moment Aspinall got the interim belt, that's when Garn started talking about him. So Garn's, I don't know. He's just being a bit silly with it.
Yeah, he's going to get beat by Volkov, by the way. Volkov's going to beat him.
The heavyweight scene is a mess at the moment.
It's an absolute
and
sham.
it needs a certain Brazilian just to go up there and sort it all out.
But I swear to God, knock out Jon Jones. Finish Glover's story.
He's the biggest star. Look, Dana should be doing everything that Pereira wants, because in my opinion, Pereira's keeping MMA going at the moment.
Yeah,
especially UFC, because let's be fair, UFC's pretty dead. And
did you guys see the Rose Namajunas Tracy Cortez main event?
Yeah, it's dead, man. MMA's dead at the moment.
I thought it was a decent fight, but again, wasn't promoted very well.
Cortez, they don't care about women. I keep telling everyone this. They don't care about female fighters. Unless you're Amanda Nunes or Ronda Rousey, they don't care about promoting female fighters. There's so many great female fighters.
Dana didn't give a shit about Amanda Nunes until she knocked out Cyborg. That's when Dana.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
crazy. Do you guys think Jones will get a prison sentence?
No, of course he ain't.
It's too rich and powerful.
Yeah.
If he weren't an MMA fighter, I think he'd have a rap sheet behind there personally.
I'll be honest, if he wasn't an MMA fighter, he'd be sitting in a prison cell, right?
Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying.
The amount he's done, he'd be in a prison cell.
Yeah, he'd be in massive trouble.
Yeah, fuck him. See you next Tuesday. Don't care if he sees this. Fuck you.
I doubt he's gonna see it.
Yeah, I don't care. If he comments it.
Never know.
Yeah, I'll show up to London whenever you do the event.
If I ever see him, Luke, and he beats me up, I just know I'm taking one for the team. Literally,
yeah.
Right, let's move on.
Please.
Another cooking, it seems, is going to be. So, Khamzat Chimaev came out and basically said this, which is crazy. Bring up the quote. Where are we? Here we go. Shout out to Championship Rounds on X. Says my most likely return would be in October in Abu Dhabi. The opponent is not known yet, but I would like to fight for the title. I have won 7 fights. I have 7 fights, 7 victories. There is no fight in the UFC who has won 7 fights without fighting for the belt. Dana White constantly says different things, but we are negotiating. I'm going to break down each little sentence there. So the first sentence is, my likely return is October in Abu Dhabi. The opponent's not known yet, but I'd like to fight for the title. Why is it only he can fight in Abu Dhabi? Like, we haven't got to the root of that situation.
He can't get a work permit to fight in America.
Yeah, visa issues.
But why though? Because he's fought in America before. So what's changed?
I have no idea. I don't know if it's immigration.
Over to America to film.
I don't know if it's the immigration policy or something like that, but there is a issue that he can't fight in America. And I've been saying this. I said it. People might not like it, but if you've got fighters that can't fight in America, where you're actually based and 90% of your fights take place, you shouldn't be employed.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I'd like to fight for a title shot. That's crazy. He then talks about having 7 fights and 7 victories. Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. The list goes on of different fighters who went on a stupidly long winning streak. Kamaru Usman, stupidly long winning streak without getting a title shot. And those guys are fighting ranked opponents in their weight classes. Not on short notice a lot of the time either. Then went on to say, Dana White constantly says different things, but we're negotiating. I mean,
Yeah,
Dana's given you how many fights?
If you ask me, Khamzat pulls out of all the big fights.
He has.
Pulls out of all the big fights. When he's got a big fight that's a bit 50-50, he pulls
You
out.
can beat the common cold, then come back to me.
Like he
pulls out.
pulled out of the Leon Edwards fight, pulled out
3
of
times.
Whitaker.
3 times, Leon. 3 times.
Like,
The only reason he fought Usman is because Usman went up.
Yeah.
yeah, on
And-
short notice.
And that was a 50-50 fight.
And in my opinion, Usman beat him.
Yeah, so it's... Yeah, I don't know where he's coming from. He ain't getting a title fight. What, a middleweight?
Another entitled fighter that thinks that they deserve shit.
So Khamzat
what-
thinks he's
what
in
the
front
fuck?
of Strickland and Whitaker right now.
Which is who's he fought in the middleweight? In middleweight, that is an actual middleweight. That's
GM3.
ranked. He never
He was
ranked.
not
He wasn't
ranked.
ranked. In fact,
No.
Arnold, how is Khamzat even ranked as a middleweight when he's not? I'm gonna break it down another level. Max Holloway went up in weight, beat Justin Gaethje, knocked him out. Nothing controversial about the win. Gaethje still sits at number 3 in the division. Max Holloway sits at number 9 in said same division. Khamzat Chimaev hasn't beaten anyone in the top 15 of the middleweight division, and he sits, if I'm not mistaken, in the top 10. What the hell is going? And Dana will turn around and go, "Well, the rankings aren't us. We don't go by the rankings." You do go by the rankings because you often cite the rankings on who the next fighters are going to be. And you must know who's doing the rankings because you display the rankings on the UFC official website.
And in your little war room.
Like, what the hell's going on? How is this happening? How is Khamzat trying to demand a title shot when we have? When was the last time we saw him fought? Was what, Usman?
Usman. That was like last year, nearly.
Come on, do me a favor. What's going on?
What middleweights has he actually fought? Apart from-
GM3. That was it.
He fought Usman at
Exactly.
middleweight, and that was
Yeah,
it,
no,
wasn't
but
it?
like an actual middleweight would be GM3 when he knocked him out with that one punch.
When was that?
3 years ago?
That was during the pandemic.
Yeah. 17
Jeez.
second knockout.
I'm looking at his thing here. So he had Usman last fight, and that was 2023. He had Kevin Holland, who everyone beats. He had Burns in 2022.
Yeah, that
And-
fight was a bit of a shit show. Anyway, the Holland monks, he was supposed to fight Diaz.
Is this
Yeah,
the most overrated fighter in UFC history? Or
Not in
overhyped?
history.
Or
Overhyped, maybe. Yeah, overhyped.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
say.
definitely overhyped because literally we saw his opponent of course that he fought Whitaker on short notice. We saw an opponent that he smashed on the regional scene. Just get Thanos against Whitaker. So yes, I do think he's definitely overhyped. Oh, what was on my TV screen? That's horrible. Oh, sorry, I just got TV on. I've got someone chopping up a pig's head. It's disgusting.
What are you watching?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I need to change it because it's making me feel sick.
So
Oh,
unless Khamzat wants the title fight at welterweight,
But even that, he can't justify it. He's had his only rank, like his highest ranked win over a welterweight was against Gilbert Burns.
so who's he want title fight? Has he said what weight he wants the title fight in? Because he's talking about 7 fights in a row. He's fought 1 fight in middleweight.
No, I
So-
think he's fought 2 fights in middleweight in total.
I wonder
in
if
his
he'll
whole-
go on to fight Pereira at 205, like he said ages ago.
Yeah, like
Pereira-
remember he's calling out Pereira at one stage. I'm thinking, but Pereira's gone in and done more work than you in every
Pereira-
division.
Pereira would kill him and smoke him.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. Do
don't
you
get it.
think? Well, do you think he comes back in Abu Dhabi and who would you guys like to see him fight next?
Paulo
Realistically,
Costa.
Well, yeah, Paulo Costa would be a great fight.
off a loss though. For Paulo Costa, is it still got
It's
that
a
same?
name.
Yeah,
It's a
I'd
name.
say
It's a
so.
name.
Yeah,
It's a
those two
name
were supposed to
fight,
fight.
isn't it? It's a name fight. Brandon Allen.
Good fight.
Yeah, good
Maybe.
fight, but he's fighting Imanov in Paris, so you can rule that.
I'm trying to. The Italian guy, I can never pronounce his name.
Vittori. I wouldn't
Pretorius,
mind seeing Jared Cannonier versus Khamzat.
Cannonier. There ain't a lot. If you want to give him a good middleweight fight, I think Costa does make a lot of sense. I know he lost, but marketability wise, it's a big fight to put in Abu Dhabi, ain't it? That's a marketable fight, Costa, and be interesting as well if he can take Costa's pace
and power.
Yeah.
Be very intrigued. But yeah, definitely can't be getting a title shot based off what he's done. That's crazy talk.
And if he did, then fuck me, he's Jon Jones. Sorry, he must have had better Dana White privilege than Jon Jones.
Yeah, I was going to say he's got the biggest Dana White privilege. Moving on to someone who hasn't had the Dana White privilege over his years fighting, but has done pretty well, and that is Nathan Diaz, the 209 Stockton resident, has recently fought against George Masvidal, beating him in boxing with a unanimous decision. The server that showed the fight was an organization called Fanmio. Now, never heard of Fanmio beforehand. Everyone's going to know about Fanmio now if you're a UFC or an MMA fight fan. Nate Diaz is suing Fanmio for a reported $9 million, claiming that he's owed money from the pay-per-view and also has information pertaining to some of the staff there and just the lack of treatment he got there. $9 million is a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I've never heard of Nate Diaz lawyering up against anyone. For me, if he's doing this, something pretty serious is happening or has happened, and he's not happy.
Probably should have agreed to do it with a bit of a more well-known.
But that's what I was going to ask you. Is this going to make it harder for these quote-unquote crossover fights or these exhibition or gimmick fights if these organizations are coming in and not doing what they're meant to be doing?
It is because you can have these lawsuits, ain't you, if they're not looked after. I think these crossover fights have such a appeal at this moment in time. I wouldn't be surprised if a big promoter starts taking over.
Well, it is sort of. I do believe that it is slowly dying a little bit. Obviously, you got Misfits with the Zone. Obviously, you got Jake Paul's MVP promotion. That's it. And when other creators, unless did you see the Spanish one? The Spanish content creator boxing scene sold out the Bernabeu.
Yeah, but that was those were YouTubers and content creators, though.
Yeah, but even like with this, like the space, it is very niche, and I do believe that. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one because I don't see the appeal for it as much anymore.
Neither do I personally, but I can understand the appeal. I think if a promoter got hold of this and did it properly and made the shows a little bit more sporadic,
don't want anything to do with this,
and don't do a show like every month, like make the shows feel important and do a few shows a year, it would do. I reckon it would turn over more money than a lot of things happening in sport right now. As long as people are willing to watch. The problem is, like UFC, when they have a fight night every weekend, it's garbage, and no one's watching it. Everyone's starting to lose appeal. Fighting's always going to have an appeal to men, especially, no matter who's fighting.
Yeah.
So if you've got YouTubers that are fighting and you know who them YouTubers are, and they go actually, try and knock each other out, people go still tune in no matter what. So I think if you do get a proper promoter who can do this properly, that's the competition that could really, get under Dana White and skin.
Yeah, doubt it. I highly doubt anything's going to get under Dana White's skin at the moment. Like, there's literally no one can touch him. Influencer Boxing can't touch him. PFL can't touch him. Bellator can't touch him. One's gone out of business. Literally every other competitor is literally falling around him. The only thing that could even remotely get him to step up is boxing, and boxing got a long way to go before Dana even
The-
think
the-
about being worried about boxing again.
I agree. But the problem with UFC at the moment, if you look at the buy rates and people watching, they are dropping. People
Yeah,
are
but
caring.
they don't. They
People
don't
are
rely
caring
on the
less.
buy rates anymore. Like, trust me, they don't. They
No,
have
not
a
pay-per-view buy rates.
contract with ESPN.
Well, it
where-
is. It's the 18 to 30. It's the demos.
Yeah.
It's the demos. The 18 to 36 demo that they really worry about, and that is dropping. And the reason that's dropping is because people are getting thicker, right? And this is not an insult to the next generation, but people like to see everything. People like to see everything in. People would rather watch clips and highlights.
Yeah.
People would rather watch clips and highlights than a full pay-per-view.
Yeah. Low attention span.
Yeah. So you've got to make a pay-per-view really mean something. No, you.
No.
You got to have a real good pay-per-view to get people's attention to really go and watch it.
The Sphere card's only got 10 fights.
Makes sense. By the way, also speaking of Sphere, so obviously it seems like O'Malley's going to be on that. O'Malley won the SP for the male fighter of the year. How the hell has Alex Pereira?
It's PR, and it's PR.
That's
He's got a wacky haircut.
But Pereira's been flatlining people.
That main event at the Sphere is going to be horrible.
Oh, it's going to be honking as well.
The co-main event
is going to be packed away. I reckon that card's going to get absolutely stacked.
If the co-main event is what it should be, it's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, can't wait to see Grasso tap out Shevchenko again.
Whoa!
Hold on, isn't the co-main's meant to be O'Malley versus Merab, right?
No,
that's
it's
the
the main
main.
event.
I thought isn't it Topuria Max is the main?
No,
that's the pay-per-view after.
It's pay-per-view after one.
So what's meant to be the co-main then?
Shevchenko, Grasso.
Okay,
That's only if
I'm
Shevchenko.
saying, are you going to be all right with that, Jay? Like, are you going to be all right to do a watch along for that?
I'll be all right. I'll be, my camera might go off occasionally.
Your face screams from afar as well.
I'll be all right. I'll be sweating like mad.
I'll be honest.
I want to see that fight, though. That's a beautiful fight. It needs to happen.
Same.
It's a beautiful fight.
I'm going to say early. O'Malley's going to knock out Merab.
Yeah, I think he would as well. I think O'Malley gets the easy fights, and they don't let him fight anyone serious.
Merab's serious is just tailor-made for O'Malley.
Yeah, Merab's 3'5". It's like me going against Frimpong. You know what I mean? Give O'Malley. O'Malley's got to move that weight.
He won't for now, though.
I don't like O'Malley. He's not likable in one way at all.
I think he tries to have 3 defenses at bantamweight, 3 more, which will put him on 4, which I think is the most in bantamweight history. And then I think he moves up. I don't think he moves up if Max is a champion, though. Or Volt. No, maybe Volt, but not Max.
Yeah, I want to see him fight Volt, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Yari Rodriguez.
Him versus Yair would be fantastic.
I want to see them fights. Or Pantoja goes up and fights Sean O'Malley.
Oh, yes, please.
I think he beats Pantoja.
Because I don't have, otherwise, I think it, as you say,
against Tairo.
Yeah, I mean, Pantoja's getting that debut fight, ain't he? But not to put Holloway and Ilya in this Sphere as not main event is wrong for me.
Yeah,
because they don't want to put O'Malley as the co-main.
Yeah,
that's all it tells me.
It's crazy because you could have had those 3 title fights on there and still be all right for the rest of the year.
Yeah, do Ilya, Max Holloway, O'Malley, Merab, and Shevchenko and Grosso. That's a quality card.
That's a phenomenal card. A phenomenal card.
Have you seen that the Sphere actually moves while you're in it as well?
Yeah, I need to actually see
moves. It's mad.
No, I need to see how it's going to be because how many seaters?
14,000.
Because looking at it, it looks tiny from the outside. And you're thinking, how have you even got 14,000 seats in there? But
yeah, it's because of the shape how it goes up, ain't it? So yeah, it's 14,000 inside, and the whole wall, it's like LED boards, ain't it?
Oh wow.
So like people coming out of their entrance, you could light up all the boards and stuff like that, make it look amazing. And then outside the sphere is moving.
What's the bet in that WWE go there after UFC?
Yeah, WWE go there and actually make it look like what it should be.
And outdo UFC.
Yeah, could you imagine like people coming out of their entrances, their music's going, they're using the whole thing as a Titantron.
It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
When Dana White goes, the UFC will get better.
I agree, but he's not going for now. He is not going for now. Boys, we are going to wrap up there. Jay, tell the people where they can find you and what you got coming up, please, bro.
Yeah, so you can find me at Jamie Phillips Football Chats. I've got a video at midnight talking about the Trent situation, why everyone needs to calm down and relax. But, you know, people are not going to, and I understand why. But
I may hop in for a bit. I may.
Guys, when this video ends, it will be redirected to Jamie's show. So please make sure you go there and support Jay. Luke, tell the people where they can find you on your channel as well, bro.
Yes, you can find me on my channel under the name just Luke Tanner. When I'll be doing something, I'm not too sure. I've had a lot on outside with work and stuff like that, so I will have to keep you posted. But I'm not too sure. I'm not going to promise anything like I did last week and didn't do anything. So I'm just going to say, stay tuned. But at the moment, it probably won't be anything at the moment.
We hear you, Luke. We hear you, man. These little gaps happen, but when you're back, we definitely want to know so we can
absolutely
push that out for you as well, bro. When will I be back on the Sanderson Show? I might be dropping another video this week. For anyone who hasn't watched, I did do a video on Dustin Poirier, which came out, I think, the end of last week. I'll put a link to it in the chat. Just basically going through who I think he could come back and fight when he's ready to return. So please do check out that video. Smash the like button on that video. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Luke's channel. Subscribe to Jamie's channel. Please, people, be greatly appreciated. And yeah, make sure you switch on the notification bell. Should have a new video coming out this week, probably about Khabib actually. So look out for that one as well, guys. And yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure with you guys as always. Jones got cooked. Khamzat got cooked. Dana got cooked. So fire in the kitchen today.
Cooking.
Shevchenko got cooked. I know, boys. Appreciate you guys as always. People, thank you so much for watching and listening. This has been the Sanderson Show. Take care until we see you again.